Not gonna lie with you guys, whenever I see a GTX 970, I still kind of laugh whenever I read 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory on this, because of course it is like basically 3.5 and 500 megabytes of crap memory. Anyways, let's get into this unboxing. So if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know that I have a lot of graphics card unboxings and a lot of GTX 970 unboxings. I think I have the Gigabyte card, I have one or two EVGA cards, and then maybe something else too on top of that. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of them. But I think this is my first Asus graphics card, which once again, I pronounce this word Asus. A lot of people pronounce it Asus, but these are S's and not Z's, which is why I pronounce it Asus. Basically this is a STRIX card. It's not the it's not like the water-cooled one, which might just be a GTX 980. I actually just unboxed a cool Asus GTX 980, so check that out if you guys are interested. Anyway, so that's kind of unrelated to this. And actually I just unboxed that GTX 960 from Gigabyte, so that's very cool too, so check that out if you want to. But let's move into this graphics card unboxing. So it's an overclocked edition, has the mode where the fans turn off whenever it's not actually doing anything, and stuff like that. First off, I guess might as well just look at the power requirements since we were kind of looking at that. 4 gigabytes of RAM, you need Windows, and I guess only Windows 7, but 500 watt power supply, so you need 38 amps from the 12 volt rail, which is cool, and you need an 8 pin of supplementary power. So let's get into this unboxing, and while I open up this box, I'll tell you guys about Cutting Edge Gamer, because that's how I got this graphics card. That's how I get a lot of my graphics cards, and it's honestly a really good service. That's really the only reason I recommend it to you guys. Basically, you lease graphics cards instead of paying like $500 or $600 all up front. And honestly, I like the service. Basically, it spreads out your payments, and at the end of your lease, you can actually still purchase a graphics card for just one last 13th payment, which is pretty awesome, and it's actually just the regular price that you've been paying every other month. So it's actually a pretty good deal in my opinion. You do actually end up paying more at the end of your lease than if you just bought the graphics card straight up. But for a graphics card being like 600 bucks, let's be honest, dropping 600 bucks all at once is pretty tough, even for people that make a lot of money on YouTube like me. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so check out Cutting Edge Gamer. You can always upgrade your graphics card whenever you want, which is really cool as well, because graphics cards are getting outdated so damn quick these days. So check them out. Links in the description for Cutting Edge Gamer. It's a pretty cool service. If you don't like it, then let's get into this unboxing, and you don't have to worry about checking out Cutting Edge Gamer because we'll just unbox this thing. Yep, there we go. Okay, and just so you guys know, I probably won't have a benchmark for this. I've already had a benchmark for the GTX 970, I think the EVGA one, or maybe the MSI, actually the MSI one, that's one I benchmarked. But so I won't have one for this one, just so you guys know. But GTX 970 is a good product as long as you don't need the last 500 megabytes of the RAM. So basically, if you're running 4K, this graphics card is kind of questionable. So you might want to get maybe the GTX 980 if you're running 4K. Or the GTX 980 Ti, to be honest with you. Anyways, let's look at the accessories that this thing comes with. So first of all, we got some bullshit there that we don't care about. Some speed startup guide, some drivers. There's nothing we care about in here. There's not even any adapters in this thing. Wow, that's kind of lame, to be honest with you. And then some random bullshit that I don't care about. Okay, that's stupid. Wow, so you don't get any adapters with this. I guess that's good to note because that's kind of lame, to be honest. Here we go. The graphics card is pretty big. I mean, wow. You know, I was just unboxing the GTX 960, and I might compare it with this one because wow, is it the big difference in size. So yeah, here is the graphics card itself, and I'm going to show you guys the GTX 960 I was just unboxing in my last video. Wow, like wow. So this is a 960, this is a 970, so basically just one tier up, although it is probably a pretty significant tier, to be honest with you. But look how big the size difference is, although the cooler does go beyond the PCB, I'll say. So wow, that's impressive. But anyways, so this is probably pretty similar to the GTX 980 Strix that I unboxed, but it definitely still looks like a cool product. Has these little accents. I think this graphics card might have already been used for somebody at Cutting Edge Gamer, because they do give you, I think, little stickers that you can put up here or down there. So those are pretty cool to spice up your graphics card. And you know, the cooler does look nice. It kind of looks almost like a fighter jet or something with these really sharp blades and everything, and then just really sharp angles for a pretty stealthy look. So I definitely like that. I think it's cool. Anyways, so there's our graphics, or our video outputs, I guess. Full-size 1.2 display port, full-size 2.0 HDMI port, or HDMI 2.0 port, and then you got 2 DVI ports there. So that's pretty snazzy as well. So you can do some 4K gaming with the display port or HDMI port, which is pretty badass. Although, of course, you might be limited by the VRAM a little bit in this graphics card. Also got a protector on the PCI Express slot, which I like. Got some damn nice heat pipes going everywhere. Got a big one right there. Woo! You can just hold this graphics card with that one. So that's cool. Very cool stuff. And then once again, the PCB stops right there, but it goes a little bit beyond. So if you don't really have much of a long case, you might have a few issues there. And actually, it goes above the where you like screw in the I/O shield and everything. So keep that in mind as well. It actually pops out quite a bit. Huh, interesting. Anyways, there's the end of the graphics card, I guess, and here's the supplementary power, which is just one 8-pin. I think on every other GTX 970 I've unboxed, I think it's been an 8-pin and a 6-pin or 2 6-pins. But this one's just an 8-pin, so that's interesting, I guess. So if you don't have an 8-pin on your power supply, then you probably want to get a 6-pin plus 6-pin to 8-pin adapter, because you'll probably need that. There we go. There we got a backplate though, by the way. That backplate looks pretty nice. It's pretty much what Asus always does, the brushed aluminum, which definitely looks pretty snazzy. Has some cutouts and everything, and just generally looks pretty badass. Oh, and the power connectors, by the way, it's flipped around, so it's a little bit easier to get to, especially with this big ass heat pipe there. So that's a good move of Asus to do. So there's the graphics card itself. There we got those 2 SLI bridges, which you can probably run in 4-way, so that's cool. Although if you run it in 4-way, you're still kind of limited by the VRAM, to be honest, but that's okay, I guess. At least they give you those snazzy little protectors on there, which is badass. So there we got the graphics card for this unboxing. It really isn't too much to this unboxing, to be honest with you. It's a nice graphics card. It looks, it's a hell of a lot longer, than the GTX 960. Wow, is it like just so much longer? Anyways, pretty cool stuff. Thank you guys for checking out this unboxing video. Check out Cutting Edge Gamer if you guys want to pick up a GTX 970 or 980 or any other graphics card yourself. And beyond that, like this video if you thought it was cool. Drop a subscription on me if you want to see more graphics cards in the future. And beyond that, you guys have a crazy motherfucking day.